Okay, guys, this story is ripping up TikTok right now. This is Brett, and he tells this story about how he agreed to get an older woman pregnant and she tried to ruin his life.
So apparently, this young guy made an agreement, a contractual agreement. I don't know how contractually this agreement could be because I don't know how much it will be held up in court. Because if you want to sign your parental rights away, there's a specific avenues you have to go through to sign your parental rights away. And for the most part, family courts tend to favor the child. So I don't know how much this contract would have held up, basically saying, I'm going to impregnate this woman, but I won't no attachments to this child. I have no obligations to this child financially, physically. I don't have to be in this child's life. I guess in a roundabout way, that's what the contract was stating. And I don't know if a court would have ever held that up unless they went through the proper channels to give up parental rights. But that's not what he said. He just said they came up with a contract. So this young man met this older woman. I believe they kind of dated or they went on a few dates, but it didn't really work out. And she called him up and said, hey, I'm getting older. Maybe she was in her 40s. I'm not sure, early 40s. And she was like, look, I want a baby. Can you please just get me pregnant? He says he thought about it and he figured it was the right thing to do. I'm not sure how you thought that was the right thing to do. Like, is that in the Bible? Thou shalt get older women pregnant when asked? Like, how is that the right thing to do, to basically leave a child fatherless on purpose? Like, I guess that's the same thing you do in a sperm bank. But I guess in a sperm bank, when you're giving sperm, when you're donating sperm, maybe you assume like the women who are going to get this sperm are married and there will be a father involved. So for me, I don't really understand how purposely leaving a child fatherless is the right thing to do, but anywho.
This is the story of me agreeing to get an older woman pregnant and then her trying to ruin my life. When I was 23, I had a one-night stand with a girl from my hometown named Maria. We both knew it was nothing more than that, and we didn't speak after. Several months later, I received a text from her saying that she hadn't been lucky in love and she wanted a baby before it was too late. So she asked if I would get her pregnant and I wouldn't have to bear any responsibility, like a sperm donor. I considered it and I first thought no, but after some time to think about it, I thought it'd be the right thing to do for someone struggling. So we filled out an ironclad agreement and basically I wouldn't be responsible at all. A while later, she told me she was ovulating, and then a few weeks after that, she told me she was pregnant and it had worked.
They went along, they slept together, I guess, one time, and it took and she got pregnant. And he went off his merry way. But then shortly after, as the pregnancy went along, she went behind his back and basically invited his entire family to the baby shower, basically including his family into her child's life when they already made an agreement that he will have nothing to do with the child. I guess that was an assumption or assumed that meant his family will have nothing to do with the child. If he's not going to be the father, then there's no grandparents attached either, right? But because the family found out, the family kind of encouraged him to be in the baby's life. And so he went, okay, I guess it's the right thing to do, especially when he found out it was a daughter, which I can understand. But also, like, if you found out it was a son, you wouldn't care. Like, boys need their dads. Like, how else would they know how to be a man? Like, I don't know. But anywho, he said because he found out it was a daughter, a girl, he decided to do the right thing and be in the kid's life.
I went back to California for work, and we didn't speak after that. Unbeknownst to me, she contacted my family behind my back and invited them to the baby shower. They then began getting dinner or whatever regularly, and as she got to know my parents started encouraging me to be in the baby's life, and once I found out it was a little girl, I thought it was the right thing to do. I flew home to be there for the birth, and I got a tattoo of our daughter's middle name before she was born.
And for a while, they co-parented, but throughout the years, she always kind of used the kid as leverage to get what she want. Like, he would, rearrange his entire schedule, fly over there, drive hours and hours to be in his kid's birthday or holiday. And because he won't spend a night with her, she'll cancel it or keep him from seeing her. Basically, the mom wanted him to be with her, not just the daughter, even though they both were in their own separate relationship, which is weird. And the mother, the baby mama, also didn't want his new girlfriend to have anything to do with their daughter. So she was basically trying to make his life a living hell. Play nice with me, or you will have no part to do it in your child's life, which was supposed to be the agreement in the first place.
After our daughter was born, Maria wanted us to be together and be a family. And when I said I didn't want to do that, she wouldn't let me see my daughter. One Halloween, I didn't want to wear matching costumes with Maria, so she wouldn't let me see my daughter for a while. And when our daughter was being baptized, I drove a 14-hour round trip from Nashville to attend. And because I didn't want to see Maria the night before, she didn't allow me to come to the baptism at all. Soon after this, she served me with child support, saying that our original contract wasn't valid because our daughter didn't have a social security number yet. And I didn't fight her on it. I didn't have the time. I was living away. I ended up paying her $10,000 up front and $750 a month. I was able to move home soon after that, and I began seeing our daughter regularly. Everything was going really well until I got a girlfriend. Even though she had a boyfriend who was regularly around our daughter, she said that my girlfriend couldn't be around our daughter.
Years and years later, I think the kid is like 3 or 4 by this time, he finds out, the kid is not even his. Yeah. He took 2 paternity tests. I guess he maybe went behind the mom's back and took 2 paternity tests and found out the kid was not his. After 3 to 4 years of bonding with this child, being daddy, having this child feel like that is your daddy, driving this man through hell to even see this kid that's not his, and then, find out later that he is not the father of the child.
I recently found out that our daughter isn't mine. I don't know who the dad is, but I've had 2 paternity tests done, and they both say this. I believed Maria when she told me that I was the only possible father. The situation was weird, but I was always happy to be a dad.
He decided to exit out of both of their lives. Some people felt the way about that. Some people said, like, dude, you bonded with this kid 3 to 4 years and you're just gonna disappear. I get that, but I also get just dip and run. Like, this kid is young. They will forget about you. I think the earlier you can do it, the better for the child. I think it's better to do it now than try to stick it in there and then leave when they're 12. You know what I mean? If they were in a relationship, I can see why you might want to try to make it work, because you're like, okay, this is a relationship. We're going to have more kids. We're going to be a family. This is my daughter. But they're not even together, so I can see why somebody would say, like, you know what, as much as it breaks my heart, I just think it's best for everybody that I dip out. But I can also see why a guy would stay. But I don't think there's anything wrong with him wanting to leave. It really, what was done to her is on the mother's fault, not on him. So you can't really hold him responsible for any negative thing that falls into the daughter. You got to put that on the mom, right? The mom did this, not the father. Even though he did make a stupid agreement with her, like, the fact that this random person that you hung out a couple of times is willing to sign a contract with you to get her pregnant, you don't think you're not the only one? You don't think there's multiple dudes she's hitting up going like, oh my God, can you just spew inside me? I want a baby. Or maybe she was already pregnant and she got you to sign that contract so she can trap you.
Maria, I allowed you to paint me as the villain and you as the victim for years to keep peace, but I hope you know that the only victim here is your child.
He seems like he's financially secure, which means to me, translates to me that he has a good job. And so if someone has a good job, a good, well-paying job or business where they make a good amount of money, you would think they would have more common sense to get themselves in this type of situation. I don't know. The whole thing is weird. What court would have held up this contract? Why did you do this for this random woman? Dude, you got played. Leave. Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think of this whole story. I think it's cray-cray. I think he fucked up by doing this whole thing in the first place. Again, meeting a random person, agreeing to leave a child fatherless. I think all of that is really bad, but she's the real villain of the story, and she messed up her kid. That's on her, and she has to live with that. Hopefully, whatever man she was dating can take on board the father roles now, because that man is gone. The one she tried to trap is gone. It's weird that she had a new boyfriend, but still was really trying to hold on to the other one, because I think she really wanted that one. I think she wanted the guy with a good job and a good, all the money, and that's why she was trying to hold on to him. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell to get the notifications when I do upload. All that really does help with the algorithm, guys. More so than ever. My channel has been extremely shadow banned, especially for my long form videos. So please like, comment, and share. It really, really helps, guys. And if you want to support the channel further, you can donate. My PayPal and Cash App link is in the comment section down below, or you can super thanks. And you guys have an amazing, beautiful day. Bye.
Okay, guys, this story is ripping up TikTok right now. This is Brett, and he tells this story about how he agreed to get an older woman pregnant, and she tried.